Hello, everyone. This is Himanshu Sehgal. I am co-founder and director of Octopus Consulting, along with Aditya Singh. So let me just take this opportunity to talk about Octopus. So Octopus is a boutique business intelligence solution provider. We provide services such as competitive analysis, primary market research, data analytics, go-to-market strategy. So those are our areas of working along with forecasting. We work dedicatedly for healthcare and pharma industry or pharma domain. Now, let me just, tell you why are we here. So we are here because we have started a new initiative called Insights Corner. So what is Insights Corner? So we have this proposition where every month we'll be discussing about a specific topic, and every month we will explore new topics where we will answer questions, share insights. This Insights Corner will, you will be able to download our reports completely free. So for this month, for May month, we have chosen plan to work on AACR. AACR have just recently finalized, concluded, and we thought, why not use AACR as an initial time, topic to kickstart this initiative. So here we are. So what's going to be the agenda for today? So talking about the agenda, we'll be highlighting the most impactful sessions. We'll be talking about new molecules, new approaches, new trends, key trends, and obviously actionable intelligence. So let me just take you through, about the AACR. So AACR is basically, an oncology early assets conference. It has been happening for a very long time. So let me just paint a picture about these sessions of AACR. So this year in 2025, there are more than 7,000 plus total sessions, out of which 6,200 plus sessions were only poster presentations. Whereas mini symposiums and late breaking sessions were 363, which is, if compared to last year, is a at least 12 to 13% increase basically which shows us that there is a lot of new research, new results are being presented, and new molecules are being explored. So let me just take you through to what we have here. So summarizing it in one go, 7,000 plus, which I've already told you, 600 plus exhibitors, 65 educational sessions, 50 plus major symposias, and 6 plenary sessions. Now, in terms of abstracts, the abstracts were divided or categorized into 13 categories. Obviously, I'll not be naming all of them, but some of the major ones or the important ones were like the fourth number, clinical trials for solid tumors and hematological malignancies. Then we have, tumor biology, then prevention and early detection and interception. So these were some of the prominent ones, and immunology. These were some of the important ones and more prominent ones where, a lot of posters and oral sessions were discussed. So let me walk you through and then take you to the next slide. So on day one, we have divided in, every day we have taken what were the highlights. We've tried to give you the highlights of each day. So on day one, on which is on 26th of April, number one highlight was that first major scientific session was there, which was Discovery Science Plenary, a novel mechanism influencing the cancer evolution. Whereas, 65 educational sessions and method workshops were concluded on day one. ACR, runners for research, 5K marathon, 5K run or walk was conducted where 850 participants, participated in that and raised close to $273,000 for cancer research, which is a good decent amount of money. Now moving on to day two. Uh, so on day two, the first one of the biggest thing was that AACR announced its largest ever grant initiative. I spoke about one of the key sessions or key abstract sessions, which was clinical trial program, immunotherapy and targeted therapy advances. So within that, four noteworthy, presentations were about the keynote 689 study. We'll be talking about this in the later slides, and then DMR tumors, PD1 basically related to PD1, and then combination therapy of PD1 immunotherapy with PARP. So this is also an interesting study, and early data on the helicase inhibitor for MSI, microsatellite instability tumors, basically. And then the fourth highlight was that two sessions were conducted, which had eight novel molecules which were included in this. So I'll to name few. There was a new RAS pathway inhibitor, two RAS pathway inhibitors, AMG 410 and RMC 5127 were there. Then there was HER2 CD3 engager, T cell engager, and obviously the androgen receptor, and a couple of other inhibitors. Artificial intelligence and machine learning and its role in the cancer research was also explored and also discussed. And then one of the important sessions, as far as my understanding, is about the lifestyle impact on cancer risk, which is one of the important things we should talk about right now when we talk about preventive care, basically in terms of cancer research. Now, moving on to day three, it was a little more action-packed day. A preliminary session was conducted, which spoke about organoid method models, CAR T cell engineering, liquid biopsy, and decentralized clinical trials. Now, in terms of clinical trial preliminary, new therapies for lung cancers were there were a lot of new therapies which were explored or discussed or presented, and some of them are HER2 inhibitor, gangertinib, and then EGFR inhibitor, ROS1 inhibitor, and TIGIT antibody were presented. Again, new drugs, which I've already in the initial part, I've told you that various new drugs were introduced and were discussed. So among them was Bayer's 3547926, M0324, AstraZeneca's AZD0022, and GSK's molecule. Another thing which was, very important and discussed at a great length, and then you can hear about it across AACR. If you were there, and if you were not there, and if you have read reports, then which is liquid biopsy. Liquid biopsy was, one of the highlights. Obviously, it went under the radar for a lot of organization, because we mostly all focus more on, pharmaceuticals. So yeah. So Victory trials results for which was related to, liquid biopsy were presented. Then within the hematological malignancies, AML Atlas was a highlight. Then rare tumors and AI. These were two another highlights of the day three. And now moving on to day four. Multiple topics. First highlight was targeting the cancer ecosystem. So, within this, couple of topics were discussed. Then special session, which was about overcoming the hurdles in therapeutic translation. So, this session talk about the virtual trials, digital twins, and so on and so forth. Now, fourth, again, related to clinical, but this was more about biologics and T cell engagers. So, CD40 antibodies. Then we also spoke about HER2 CD3 bispecific antibody, which is Runimotamab, was discussed. Then ICAM-1 CAR T cell therapy, which is AIC 100, was also, the results were also discussed, and we will be discussing those results in the next few slides. Basically, we day four's highlight was cancer vaccines. Then there was a poster session which was of a highlight um, about breast cancer mortality and the survivorship. Again, liquid biopsy was on day two also, and the phase two results of Rome uh, were presented. And developmental origin of childhood cancer. So this was a very interesting topic, which was also the highlight of the day for day four. Now, moving on. As I said, that we will be discussing about some, or we will be revealing which new molecules were explored or were presented at AACR. So this is the list. I obviously will not be naming all of them, but yeah, let me just talk about few of them. Like for example, Amgen's AMG 410, which is a pan KRAS inhibitor. This is an interesting molecule because KRAS have been there for a while, and Amgen has been leading the KRAS fight basically. So in this molecule, very interesting, three indications it is targeting: CRC, and then pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma, and NSCLC. Then in another interesting molecule, I'll talk about this molecule later on also, which is APP102 or CTP72, which is basically HER2 CD3 bispecific T cell engager. So this is an interesting molecule. The reason is because a very new company, Apro, is developing this molecule. It is being assessed in breast cancer and gastric cancer. And the interesting part, I will reveal that interesting part in the later slides, basically. Now, another important molecule, I wouldn't say important molecule, but another highlight is radiotherapy. So Novartis and Bayer, they introduced two molecules. So Novartis, which is working very hard right now in the RLT RLT domain, basically, radiolabel therapy domain. So they have introduced this new molecule FXX489, which they are assessing in the PDAC, NSCLC, breast cancer, and colorectal cancer. It's a 177 LU radioligand molecule, whereas Bayer's has introduced BAY 3547926. I've also mentioned about this molecule earlier on as well. This is 225 AC ligand antibody, and they are assessing that in hepatocellular carcinoma. The reason why I mention about the Bayer molecule, because though Novartis has been aggressively following radiolabel or radiotherapies recently, but Bayer has been one of the legacy companies who have the radiolabel molecules for a very long time, which is Zofico. So yeah. Rest, you can see the name of the products here. Moving on, and something very specifically to tell you about this is there were NextGen Stars. So these are the researchers from various universities who have presented results, have research papers. This slide is particularly very interesting for pharma companies or venture caps or private equities specifically. If they want to invest very early on at a preclinical stage or a very early on stage, these are the stars who are presenting different innovations, and they have been awarded for their innovative cancer research. So to name few, or name couple of them. I'll not obviously be able to name all of them, but to name few, like for example, I attended the session by Karen O'Dixon, University of Basel, studying the PI5P4K as a molecular checkpoint for anti-tumor immunity. Very interesting results, very interesting, endpoints and sorry, results basically. So this is very interesting. Then Anina Farkila, I hope I'm pronouncing the name right, from University of Helsinki. She talk about the mapping the chemotherapy induced myeloid driven exhaustion in ovarian cancer and targeting the nicotine-2 and TIGIT interaction basically. So very interesting analysis, results. So yeah, these were two sessions of few which I attended, and I found them very interesting. Rest, you can read the name, and congratulations to all those people who have received these awards, and good luck to them. Now moving on. Now we are starting and then talk about clinical trials, and the data which were presented, and we cannot present all the results here, but we have selected few which were noteworthy and very interesting. So one of them is ABP 102, and previously I've just spoken about this molecule. Developed by originator is Apro, and partner is Celltrion. Celltrion has the global rights for this molecule. And Celltrion is developing, supporting this molecule for to get it in the global market very fast. The results have been, to sum up very simply, the results have been, preclinical results have been very positive, very interesting results. Key findings, highly selective for tumor killing, reduce cytokine release, which is a very interesting factor, and improved tolerability, whereas it has enhanced tumor growth inhibition. So it is stopping in the in vivo analysis. It has demonstrated to suppress the tumor versus the biosimilar, which biosimilar of Runimotamab, a leading HER2 CD3 bispecific antibody basically. So it is an interesting molecule, and it is showing in the preclinical stage. It is showing good results. Okay, and the good thing about this molecule is because the safety and efficacy are good. So later on, we're not sure which indication except breast cancer or gastric cancer, Celltrion and Aprio will be, exploring. But for sure, HER2 positive cancers would be a good target for them. So this molecule, as I've already stated, that it's a tetravalent bispecific HER2 CD3 T cell engager. Okay, so yeah, that's about this molecule. Moving on. And talking about AIC100. AIC100 is developed by F-Immune using their, it's a ICAM1 directed CAR-T. They have developed this using affinity tuned technology, which is a proprietary technology to F-Immune, as per their website. Some very interesting results. They are developing this molecule in thyroid cancer. They are assessing in this phase 1. They have assessed it in 2 subtypes of thyroid cancer, which is newly diagnosed and relapse and refractory anaplastic thyroid cancer, and relapse and refractory poorly differentiated thyroid cancer. So ATCs and PDTCs. They are, assessing this molecule. They have recruited 24 patients. The data cutoff was on 12th December 2024. So it has been close to 6 months now. So yeah, these are 6 months old data. The aim of the study was to, safety assessment and assess the RP2D, recommended phase 2 dose. So I think they have selected 5 into 10 to the power 8 dose level 3 basically as the RP2D. And then they plan to initiate the cohort expansion study in quarter 2 of 2025, which is probably now they might have already started it. So now talking about the interesting facts about this molecule is the efficacy and safety for treating aggressive thyroid cancer. So it has shown promising results, and then affinity to target minimalistic or minimized side effects basically. It has built-in dota tate PET imaging, enablement platform. The interesting part is that beyond thyroid cancer, FE-Immune actually can assess this molecule in other ICAM1 expressing tumors. So the market size could be beyond thyroid cancer as well. So this is, these were interesting results. Now moving on. So let's talk about Hanso's omulertinib. Omulertinib basically is a third generation AGFR tyrosine inhibitor developed by Hansoh Pharma. Presently, this molecule is being assessed in China only. This trial, the results which were present were China specific trials. MPFS for the combination study with chemotherapy were better than the monotherapy basically. Let's talk about the study design first. Phase 3 study, total number of patients 624, first line locally advanced or metastatic NSCLC patient with EGFR mutations basically. And I've already told you it's a China specific study. Grade 3 adverse events were 3 times that of in the combination therapy were 3 times that of monotherapy. But the interesting part is the discontinuation was only 3%. So an interesting fact is that despite of higher grade 3 adverse events, there were very less people who discontinued because of adverse events, which shows that despite of the fact that grade 3 events were higher, but they were not life threatening, and they were not serious that patient pulls out of the study basically. So that's an interesting fact. Now I've already told you in terms of insights. I've already told you that the combination study improved the median PFS in the EGFR mutated NSCLC patients. The combination shows benefit across mutation types and brain metastasis, and so there is a huge chance of expansion of patient options basically. I've already told you about the combination. So in terms of adverse events, now another thing which I want to bring it on is that probably Hansoh Pharma might be the reason for them presenting at AACR could highlight that they are looking either for partners in US or they are planning to introduce this product in the US market or in the global market basically. So this could really potentially be a competitor for osimertinib, which is an AstraZeneca's molecule. So this is going to be at a global stage. This is going to be an interesting molecule to look out for if you are into EGFR mutated NSCLC space or NSCLC space with other metastasis. Other biomarkers and mutations and metastasis basically. Moving on to the next molecule. Another molecule which is basically a vaccine. We wanted to cover this vaccine. These are late. The results were in late breaking session. Phase 3 results from Braya Cell. The study name is Braya IMT. Braya ABC, and the molecule or the regimen name is Braya IMT basically. So it's a phase 3 study. Advanced MBC patients failed all approved regimen. So, and then they were divided into three groups. One was Bria IMT regimen plus, CPI versus the physician choiced treatment option, and then Bria IMT regimen as a monotherapy, or as a standalone therapy basically. Okay, so some of the pre-specified subset analysis of progression-free survival based on biomarker status were DST plus showed better PFS. DST1, DST plus patients, or positive or overexpressing patients showed better PFS, which is 4.47 months versus the 2.53 months. So these are those patients who have lost all the options in terms of approved therapies. So for them, 4.47 months is a pretty good time. Then neutrophil to lymphocyte ratio, basically, following the first regimen, showed 3.07 months of PFS. CTC has shown CTC less than one category of patients have shown 3.8 months of PFS, MPFS. So yeah, all in all, very positive results, and new biomarkers in the breast cancers therapy. So this could lead to faster approval. I've personally not covered this, study, but the results actually show a lot of breakthrough, and so yeah, you can expect faster approval. This product could attract a lot of investors. It has competitive edge for sure, and this molecule has a personalized approach as well. So yeah, across this, the results are looking very positive for prices. Bria IMT basically. Now, the star of the show basically. I think these are the last results basically. The star of the show. Everyone spoke about. I think a lot of LinkedIn pages and Twitters were stormed with these results. For Merck's Keytruda, topmost selling product at the moment, the blockbuster. So yeah, this is keynote. I think 689, if I'm not wrong. 689 data. So PDUFA is expected in June 2025, 23rd June 2025. So just approximately a month now. The results will be out, and fingers crossed. I think they are going to be positive based on the results we are seeing right now. So the study design is 714 patients were divided in two arms. One is the Keytruda arm, another one is the standard of care arm basically, with surgery and radiation and so on and so forth basically. And sorry, I did not speak about what's the indication. So it's basically newly diagnosed or treatment naive newly diagnosed head and neck cancer patients. Head and neck squamous cell carcinoma patients basically. So some good results. If we talk about in CPS, more than equal to more than 10 patient population, the median event-free survival was double the SOC in Keytruda basically. So 59.7 months, which is approximately 5 years. These are very, very good results. In comparison to standard of care, which is already there, which is 26.9. So it's doubling the effect. Similarly for CPS, more than equal to 1. Again, 59.7 versus 29.6. Similarly, intent to treat population, Similar kind of results. There is slight dip in the event-free survival, and then obviously standard of care has shown a little better in this population. But again, still more and still very effective. Um, Now talking about safety, standard of care and Keytruda's safety were very comparable. Keytruda was 44.6% have grade 3 and above TRIA, and whereas standard of care had 42.9%. So very comparable safety results. So all in all, good efficacy, and tolerability and safety is decent. So I think again, I'm not an approver, but as far as I'm concerned, or if I would be there, then definitely this would be probably be approved basically. So and then this would open a pathway for Keytruda for the early stage cancers, and this would obviously you know support the revenue also, and so yeah, there are positive things to watch out for in Keytruda in coming years for sure. Now moving on. Now we are entering into the final conclusion of our insights, and so as we have as we have presented a lot of results, key highlights. So I wanted to talk about um, 7 or 8 key topics which were talk of the town during AACR 2025. One was definitely ADCs and bispecific, trispecific antibody. So in terms of ADCs, different payloads, next gen ADCs were the top of, were again discussed a lot. Some positive results over there, like for example, Mabwell 7MW4911, which is CDH17 targeting ADC. So promising results. We have seen a lot of ADC results which were specifically focused on GI, breast cancer, and lung cancers. Now talking about bispecific, trispecific antibodies or multi-specific antibodies. So PD-1 plus IL-12, in very interesting combination, which is being assessed in solid tumor. And there were multiple others. So this was just one example. Now talking about cell and gene therapy, a lot of people are talking about cell and gene therapy, and CAR T's, next gen, second generation, third generation, and multiple other generations. CAR T's, CAR NKs, tumor infiltrating lymphocytes, which are TIL therapies. Again, cell and gene within the cell and gene therapy domain are being explored in solid tumors, and then next gen RAS inhibitors or RAS pathway. So there we've already discussed about KRAS inhibitors like RMC 9805 and Amgen's 410. Yeah, so those results. Then early phase clinical breakthroughs, early stage. So one of those we have already discussed about that, which is CD2, HER2 CD3 bispecific T cell engagers. Early on, very good results. A lot of new novel small molecules. So total 12 plus new agents are entering the clinical stage basically. Now talking about AI in oncology. Now everyone is talking about AI, but at the moment at AACR there were a lot of presentations, and the common denominator or common theme which I can talk about is the risk prediction, trial design, patient selection, accelerating discovery, and precision care. These were the common topics which were focusing on AI, and then liquid biopsy. I've already spoken about Rome study phase 2, Victory phase 3. Liquid biopsy were presented. Now, cancer therapy, cancer vaccines. One such example, which I've already shown you about the BRIA IMT, basically. So, it's a cancer vaccine. Similarly, new AG-Vax has shown, tumor slow down the immune, showed immune activation in cold tumors. I'm sorry about that. In tumor activations in cold tumors, basically, such as MSS, mCRNA, CRCs, and glioblastomas. Okay, so now let's last one thing, which was about the patient centricity. So, patient centricity has been the so I've recently, like, 3 to 4 conferences which I have attended. Patient centricity has been the core, whether it's a commercial conference or a early R&D or an R&D conference or medical conferences like AACR. So what were the focus areas? Survivalship, quality of life, um, um, you know, equitable access, and the real world patient benefits. So those were the common points which were discussed. So, um, um, this is me and Aditya. You can reach out to us by asking question. You can download this report from the from the source directly. You can watch it multiple times, as much as you want. And again, once again, reach out to us if you are looking for some detailed analysis, any conference coverages, and then we'll be happy to answer any questions, schedule a call, and discuss it with you. So thank you. This is Himanshu Sehgal signing off for this month, and hopefully we'll come with a very interesting new topic next month, with our insights, with our analysis, and so stay tuned, and yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.